Mrs. Will ya make me tea, make love to me, put on the telly, to the BBC, to the BBC, yeah, yeah, yeah. BBC One, BBC Two, BBC Three, BBC Four, BBC Five, BBC Six, BBC Seven, BBC Heaven. Mrs. Will ya make me tea, make love to me, put on the telly, to the BBC, to the BBC, yeah, yeah, yeah. BBC One, BBC Two, BBC Three, BBC Four, BBC Five, BBC Six, BBC Seven, BBC Heaven. Mrs. Will ya let me tea, make love to me, put on the telly, to the BBC, to the BBC, yeah, yeah, yeah. BBC One, BBC Two, BBC Three, BBC Four, BBC Five, BBC Six, BBC Seven, BBC Heaven. BBC Peace.
Hi, I'm Beth Palladino. Welcome to another edition of WTHS Monthly Rewind. As you can see, I'm on the set of Wake Up Township, which is our morning announcements here at the high school. We have a very exciting show for you, so stay tuned and watch. The Washington Township Mock Trial team easily won the Gloucester County Championship. Here's Jason Reimer and Dave Luna with the story.
Although this room looks like something out of Gilligan's Island, the tone here is very serious. Earlier today, Delcia and Clearview clashed with WTHS in the case of Brennan versus the New Jersey State Athletic Association.
The case that you will hear today is an emotional one. Mr. Brennan lost his eyesight for a period of time. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, your charge today is to determine whether or not Mr. Brennan's performance was enhanced due to the artificial device. The Washington Township Mock Trial team began to prepare for the case of Sam Brennan versus the State Athletic Association last November. Witnesses and attorneys began to prepare for their case. They soundly defeated Clayton, Clearview, and Delcy in the county competition. They're now preparing for the regional rounds. We spoke with Coach Steve Greger about how the team's doing, their morale, and his expectation for the regional competition.
Well, the team is really high this year because it's the third year again that we're advancing to regionals, but yet they're aware of the fact that the competition's tough.
Last year's loss of many players, how's the team recovering in both the attorney and witness position?
Actually, I'm very, very pleased with how well they've rebounded with all the people that graduated or moved. And we've got some really solid people in both positions this year. And most of them, it's their first year.
We caught up with WTHS history teacher Robert Barnshaw to ask him what he thinks the importance of a mock trial team is to a school.
One of the reasons I think is there's a real sense, I have a sense anyway, that in America today we lack people who really grapple with issues, with important issues. And one of the things mock trial does is it almost forces people to take an issue and grapple with it. Look at
Sam Brennan, by his own admission, told you today that his eye did not see any better than his original eye. That he would rather have his original eye than have the eye that's implanted in his head right now. I ask you, if Sam Brennan thinks that his original eye is better than the one in his head right now, then what makes that a performance-enhancing device?
Now, what did the jury think about Sam's eye?
We should split decision. Those who found in favor of the defendant gave the reason that the burden of proof was on the plaintiff, that they had to prove the point with preponderance and that it was not proven. And those that found in favor of the plaintiff gave the reason that the defense witnesses were discredited and that scales of justice were tipped in their favor.
The Washington Township High School mock trial team has just completed their run for the Gloucester County Championship, and it was a victorious run. Right now, their sights are set for New Brunswick in the regional and state competition. If they are victorious there, they will head to Arizona for the national competition. For Dave Luna, this is Jason Reimer reporting for WTHS Monthly Rewind, Washington Township High School.
The mock trial made it to the second round, but were defeated. This was the best record in Washington Township history.
We all know the township is full of many wonderful teachers, but the many hidden talents that these teachers possess were discovered in the Faculty and Staff Talent Show held on Thursday, February 11th.
This year, the second annual WTHS Faculty Talent Show was held on Thursday, February 11th. Mrs. DeLucas and Mrs. McFadden were the co-producers and co-directors of the show. Their time and dedication helped to make the show a big success. I had a chance to talk to Mrs. DeLucas, and this is what she told me.
I'm very pleased with the success of the 1999 Faculty Staff Talent Show. This group of people were able to raise over $11,000 for project graduation and the Rotary Club's immunization van. So that money will be split evenly between those 5 groups. I'm not sure what exact total is, but I know there was a little over $11,000. They still have expenses that they have to subtract, and we're going to have videos to sell to people, so that's more money that will be made for project graduation. There were 140 plus people who participated in the show. As always, these people are dedicated, committed to this project. They were able to, some of them start in October, practicing every week, like the Discreet Ladies. There are some groups that wait until we come back after the new year, but no matter how much time it takes, whether it's 5 hours or 55 hours, they're willing to put in that time so that when they get up on stage, they show themselves to be more than a one-dimensional person. Anybody who saw the show will realize that we have some very, very talented people on this faculty and staff. Mrs. McFadden and I, who is my co-producer and co-director, were extremely proud of what they accomplished, and they should be proud of what they accomplished.
Many students attended the faculty show, and some of their favorite acts were the Beastie Boys, Stomp 101,
Good afternoon, class. Can we please take our seats? The bell rang.
Hi, Miss P. Hi, Miss
the Blues Brothers, and Hard Knock Life. I also had a chance to ask some teachers how they thought the show turned out. Here's what they said.
Awesome.
Saucy.
Funky.
Thanks.
Banging.
Wacky and beastie.
Exhilarating.
Whacked.
Marvelous.
I'll leave you with scenes of the finale for the talent show. I'm Katrina Rand reporting for WTHS Monthly Rewind.
The Minutemen baseball team is swinging back into action. Here's Beth Paladino with the story.
Spring is just around the corner, and you know what that means. Minutemen baseball at WTHS. This year's team has been working out in the weight room, getting pumped for the upcoming season. The only thing missing is the support from you, the fans. So come out and bring your school spirit. We're looking forward to having an outstanding year. Although many of the players from last season have graduated, the Minutemen have many new talents to watch in the upcoming season.
Stand up and cheer as the baseballs fly over the outfield fence. Let the other teams feel your spirit as they strike out and slowly return to their dugouts with heads drooping. And let them sense your spirit and strength as they ride home in bewilderment after a loss at the hands of the Minutemen. If you aren't crazy about baseball, the game is only one reason to come out to the ballpark this year. You will also be entertained by an assortment of music, ranging from swing to heavy metal. A new addition to the program will be sound effects, making you feel like you're watching a Major League Baseball game. You don't have to worry about bringing a lunch, because there's plenty to eat and drink at the Grand Slam Clubhouse, such as hot dogs, pretzels, snacks, and sodas. So come on over and bring the whole family for an exciting time. First pitch is in March. This is Beth Palladino for Monthly Rewind. The wrestling team accomplished many things that have not been done in years. Here's Shannon Furman and Steph Norris to tell us just what they have achieved.
Over the past 2 years, Township Wrestling has become one of the most dominating programs in the state of New Jersey. This season was the first in 26 years that they beat Highland. They also beat two of the best teams in the state, Camden Catholic and Hunterdon Central.
What kind of stuff did the wrestling team accomplish this year?
Well, this year we beat Highland, and then we won the district title, and we had a 21-1 season.
Well, we were overall a good team. Everybody was good on the team, and we won conference, and we almost made it to states, but the ref kind of did a bad thing for us, and we lost there. And now we got 7 kids in regions, and hopefully we'll see most of those kids in the finals too.
Well, first we went undefeated. During the regular season we went 20-0. We won the conference for the first time since like 1975 or 72. And we finally beat Highland this year twice in one season, which we haven't done in like 25 years. And the last thing we just did this past weekend was we won districts for the first time in like 30 years. Highland had won it for the past 18, and now we're going to start a string of it. So just start a string of district championships.
After a hard-fought season, the Minutemen ended with a record of 21-1. Due to a controversial call in the final match, they fell one step short of the South Jersey Championships. Although they did not make it as far as they had hoped, their season was still one of the best in Washington Township history. Good luck to all those wrestlers returning next year. Our monthly teacher feature allows our viewers to look deep into the lives of our faculty. This month, Sean Ryman takes a look at a very special teacher involved in all school activities, Mr. Steve Swetsky.
From 1981 to 1999, Steve Swetsky has experienced 18 spectacular years. He teaches telecommunications and advanced printing. He is also the senior advisor in charge of all graduation activities. A graduate of Trenton State College, Mr. Swetsky returned to schooling to receive his Master of Arts from Rowan University. I had a chance to speak with some of his closest colleagues. Here's what they had to say.
We've been working together for roughly 15 years.
We've worked together probably for the last 17, 18 years.
I have much to be thankful for having known him.
And I would say that I think it's symbiotic is the word. We've developed a tag team teaching style.
He's helped me in the classroom, but since I became advisor, we've had a very special relationship.
Because he was the one that dragged me with the senior trip. And after he took over graduation, he pushed it off onto me that I would do the senior trip. Well, that was a real thrill.
He's really versed in printing. He has a lot of background and a lot of knowledge of the subject matter. And I've learned a lot from him. And it's been a lot of fun. We enjoy teaching together. We have a lot of fun doing it.
He's the brother that I never had, but wish I did have. He's always there for me.
But if you really need him in a pinch, he always comes through for you.
Because he is an amazing human being, a wonderful citizen, a fine representative of our school, an amazing athlete, an incredible dancer, singer. He does it all. He's amazing, a wonderful teacher.
He's also the only one in the world that I've experienced Walt Disney World, just him and I, together on the senior trip. We had Disney World to ourselves, the Magic Kingdom, and that is probably the most memorable event in my life.
Let's see, what other fun things have Swetsky and I done?
I personally worship the man.
He's the best friend. He supports you all the way, and I kind of think that we work well together.
And can rap.
Cast you out into exile.
Mr. Swetsky's printing classes assume the responsibilities of the printing needs of the school district. When asked what made him decide to become a teacher, he simply said, "I didn't want to grow up." As I close, I leave you with a common link in the life of our Peter Pan. I'm Sean Ryman for WTHS Monthly Rewind.
Swetsky, he's always late.
He has his own sense of time, which is Swetsky time. It just
He is notoriously late. He's always late for everything that he does.
Swetsky? Yeah, he says I'm late, but he's the one that's always late.
Well, there's only one way to respond to that. If they think that I'm late, it must be because they're always early.
The boys ice hockey team here at WTHS is one of the most competitive teams in the state. Steph Kirk brings the spotlight to the ice.
Mike Morrow. I'm a center for Washington Township Ice Hockey JV.
Eric DeFury, forward and defenseman. All around.
Tom Nicoletti, center.
Al Anderson, center.
Kevin Chacon, goalie. Tom Davies, center.
Our season's going great. We just clinched first place, and we're going to go win another game right now.
Stand by and watch it.
This year's JV team, headed by Coach Brown, had a great season. The record was 21 wins, 1 loss, and 1 tie. With head captain Al Anderson, they came in first in their division and second in the championship. Our varsity team, led by Coach Harrington, had a powerful season, with a record of 12 wins, 2 losses, and 1 tie. Derek Politis is their head captain, along with Steve Brown and Joe Gorey. They ended up 4th in their division.
Respect, dedication, and developing leadership skills is what the ROTC is all about. Here's Jarrett and Reagan with an inside view of this organization.
Many people think they know what it's like to be in the ROTC, but do they really know? Do they really know what it's like to do the marching, to do the community service,
to put on the uniform? Well, a lot of people don't know what it's like to be in the ROTC.
Starts to collapse. If we help other people out too much, could we bring this upon ourselves?
And where?
All that's where vampire myths started, Dracula. Innocent people will be killed anyway.
There are presently 3 ROTC instructors today at Washington Township High School. Here's Colonel Gaynor with some insight about ROTC. What does the ROTC stand for?
ROTC stands for Air Force, naturally, Air Force Reserve Officer Training Corps. This is Junior ROTC, a Junior Reserve Officer Training Corps. The program is designed to develop citizenship in high school students and also teach them leadership and management skills.
Accomplishments has the ROTC had thus far?
Well, last year we were involved in over 227 community service, school and community service activities. You'll find us here ushering at the concerts, ushering at back to school night. We help the various PTOs. We help Mayor Luongo in distributing things for the community. We help at the haunted house. We clean up the park. We're involved in almost everything that goes on in Washington Township.
Sergeant Stover and Colonel Wozen are the other two ROTC instructors. Here they are, talking about their jobs in the ROTC. How does ROTC help students going into the military and college?
Well, number one, we really try our best to discourage them from graduating from high school and going directly into the military. We encourage them to the best of their ability to go to college. We help them find scholarships and let them know that there's many ways out there to get money for college if they can't afford it on their own. So primarily, we try to get them into college. But there's going to be some that are determined to go directly into the military.
When I say the word ROTC, what comes to mind?
Leadership education, community service, youth learning by doing. I am one of 3 ROTC instructors, junior ROTC instructors at Washington Township High School. My background as a pilot in the Air Force for 26 years, and what I teach here now is we teach this course, which is called Honors Aviation, or it's an Aviation Fundamentals course. It's a ground school. It's the same school a person would take if they were going to get a private pilot's license.
As you can see, the ROTC is a fun and educational class that's always looking for new members to join yearly. This is Jared Carroll reporting for Monthly Rewind.
And we're like a big happy family.
One of the newest activities here at WTHS is Teens for Tots. Here's Jared Carroll with more information.
And too cold to play ball, so we sat in the house. We did nothing at all. To the cat, now look at this house. Look at this. Look at that.
Tag, show you what a hide and seek.
And then he ran out. And
then I bumped my head. Then I thumped my nose. Then I thumped my I went on my special sheet house. I know how to do. I jumped down too. If I know.
The date is February 22nd. The location, the IMC, and the program is called Teens for Tots. This activity that combines the experience and the know-how of high school seniors and the innocence and the curiosity of preschoolers.
What's the fish?
Where's that?
The organizers of the program, Teens for Tots, are Mrs. Hill and Mrs. Fisher. These two librarians have put a lot of hard work and determination into the program. Here they are with some words about Teens for Tots.
I can read Mississippi with my eyes shut tight.
I'm Mrs. Hill, and I'm one of the librarians at Washington Township High School, along with Julietta Fisher. And we started a program called Teens and Tots. The purpose of the program is really to bring teenagers and preschool children together with the hope of reinforcing lifelong learning. That they'll come here, they'll share an enjoyable reading experience, and that will influence them. We also believe that reading is one of the indicators for academic success, and we thought that if we can encourage these preschool children to become readers, it will make a difference in their school careers. We believe that going to the library as small children and selecting a book and being in that environment is very important. And having story hour is an integral part of that experience. And our students at Washington Township High School have volunteered to be the storytellers.
Mrs. Hill and I thought this would be a really good program to have in our high school for small children, because we know that learning is measured by how much you read, and if children are exposed to reading at a very early age, they tend to read later on in life for pleasure and for all kinds of other activities. And the children in the preschool program were not given this opportunity because they don't have the access to public libraries where they have story hour for small children. And we thought that we could sort of kill two birds with one stone by having small children exposed to reading and have teenagers read to them.
Oh, give him a big love.
Unfortunately, Teens for Tots program is not 100% complete, but hopefully, by next year, Teens for Tots will be a weekly activity. This is Jared Carroll reporting for Monthly Rewind.
There you go.
The theme was a night of one act at the Senior Directed Cabaret, where Amanda Reardon covered the event.
The 4th annual Senior Directed Cabaret took place on January 28th and 29th, 1999. This year's play was directed by Tara D'Antonio, Brian Filer, and Barb Thompson. I had a chance to speak with senior Tara D'Antonio about her experience directing.
You've chosen to direct this year's cabaret.
All right, last year, Justin and Lisa got everyone together from the Senior Directed Cabaret of 1997 and 1998, and they all voted on who they wanted to for the seniors, and they chose Brian Filer, Barb Thompson, and me. Since the beginning of the year, we started looking at material that we thought we'd want to use, and it took us up until the day that we actually casted.
How many people auditioned?
I'd say about over 100.
And how many people come to see the show?
I'm not sure. I think it's between either 200 or 300, but it was bigger than maybe one of the fall shows that we've had, and bigger than all the Senior Directed Cabarets that we've ever had either. So we raised, I think, over $1,000 for Project Graduation.
The Senior Directed Cabaret is unlike any other production here at WTHS because it is completely student-oriented. It was created 4 years ago by then seniors Brian Nasella and Beth Wadnick with the intention of giving two seniors a chance to experience more of the theater world by directing a play completely on their own. However, this year, 3 directors were chosen because they have been involved with the play since it was born. The directors held auditions back in December, and over 50 people auditioned for only 26 parts. From there, the cast practiced in the evenings at the CAC building to prepare for the play. The cabaret was attended by more people than any other year and raised the most money for Project Graduation. The directors were very excited to see how popular the play has become and hope it becomes even more popular in future years.
This year's Pacesetters dance was a great success. Joe Capasso was there to tell us about it.
The WTHS Interact Club sponsors Pacesetters, a dance for mentally and physically challenged citizens. This year's dance was held at Masso's Crystal Manor in Glassboro. I got a chance to talk to Mrs. Roberts and Mrs. Nolan, the advisors of the club, to see what exactly goes into putting on such an event.
Originally, a group of parents was sponsoring dances for them, but eventually they lost their funding. So Interact Club always helped out with these dances, at least since 1978 when I started with it, and we just took it over on ourselves.
First of all, we have to make a list of all our Pacesetters, and we send out a circular with an invitation that we have some student design as. So I would say, on average, every week we would have at least 3 meetings a week where students would stay from 2:30 until 5:30 at night. A lot of time goes into this, and as you can see, a lot of people seem to be having us fun too.
TJ McKinney even got a chance to teach his expert dance moves. Teamwork, dedication, and over 100 hours of service were put in by the WTHS Interact Club to show mentally and physically disabled people a good time. It's a night they look forward to all year long. From Masso's Crystal Manor in Glassboro, I'm Joe Capasso reporting for WTHS Monthly Rewind.
This concludes the March edition of WTHS Monthly Rewind.
Next month, we'll bring you an overview of spring sports and other school activities.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time. Bye.